see me, and I'm grateful for that. It was in silence that I learned to become a giant. Nobody believed in my beginning, nobody saw my process. I was just another one in the crowd, but I carried an empire in my heart. They called me a dreamer, but they never saw my discipline. While they laughed at my work, I trained my routine. I was silence in a full room, I was absence in the audience. But God doesn't make mistakes in His choices, nor does He consult ideas. Door closed, I made my way. Light went out, I forged my destiny. If the world didn't see me, it was just time building me. They didn't give me a stage, so I built my own ground. They didn't give me a voice, so I became thunder. They ignored me until I became impossible to ignore. Today my silence speaks loudly without me needing to shout. They ignored me, but God prepared me. What seemed like a setback was just heaven molding me for where I'm going. I didn't need an audience to continue, because whoever builds in the dark is born ready to shine. I saw friends become memories, I saw promises turn to dust. But whoever survives a fall learns to climb without a whole ladder. I was discredited, underestimated, labeled, but never defeated. Cause my war was internal, my strength was eternal. While they saw fame, I saw sincere delivery. I silenced my revolt, I transformed pain into a goal. He who carries purpose never walks the wrong path. Oh, if no one sees you, keep going. If no one listens to you, keep going. Because when God decides, the whole world learns His name. They ignored me until I became impossible to ignore. Today those who laughed at my beginnings are the ones who try hardest to reach me. I didn't change for applause, nor for validation. I grew in silence and became a decision. He who builds far from the eyes builds above the vision. Impossible to ignore is he who wins in solitude. They left me in the dark, but they forgot that it's in the dark that the star shines. I learned to walk when no one wanted to stay. I learned to smile when everything wanted to collapse. A closed door doesn't define destiny, it only confirms that the plan is divine. I was silence in the midst of war, I was faith when there was no land left. I was strength when I was weak, I was vision when there was chaos in my space. They measure my worth by the moment, but God measured it by purpose. While the world saw delay, heaven saw solid preparation. I was forgotten at the table, but remembered in the promise. Because those who are chosen don't depend on haste. The world rejected me, but God separated me. The world ignored me, but heaven called me. I was rejected, but I was never forgotten by God. While they laughed at my beginnings, heaven was already shouting, He is mine. I was forged in the dark, prepared in solitude. Today I desert is not abandonment, it's training for the owner. The storm is not defeat, it's proof of who endures. I saw a friend turn to absence, I saw support turn to silence. But those who walk with purpose transform pain into growth. I was silent when they humiliated me, I worked when they doubted me. Today they wanna know how, but they weren't there when they tried. My story is not luck, it's daily resistance. Those who survive the darkness are born ready for victory. If they left you out, it's not the end. If they ignored you, even so, heaven doesn't miss an address when it decides to end. I was rejected, but set apart to win. What seemed like abandonment was God hiding me to grow. Today I walk firm without needing to prove it. Those chosen in the dark are born ready to shine. Born ready to shine. I'm born ready to shine. They left me in the dark. 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 They called it luck, but they didn't see my nights of war. They called it coincidence, but God had already signed. I walked alone, cold street, minor place. Empty pockets, but a heart full of promise. They saw a lost soul, I saw construction. Because God plants empires within solitude. No one bets on the invisible until it becomes inevitable. No one believes in the improbable until it becomes unstoppable. I heard you won't succeed, more times in my own name. But whoever walks with purpose never dies of hunger. I felt like I got up, I was silent, I learned. While they slept I survived, every tear was an investment. Every pain became strength. The world didn't see my war, but it saw my victory. They didn't see the process, but they will hear my story. God had already signed before everything happened. Why they doubted he committed to remain today? They ask how, but they don't know what I went through. I didn't win because luck, I won because I didn't stop. God already signed my name in the impossible. He transformed my silence into something unforgettable. I didn't chase applause, I chased purpose while they wanted the stage. I was building something solid. I saw doors close in my face, but I saw God open a way. Because when heaven decides, you never walk alone. The desert taught me value, pain taught me vision. Whoever survives the emptiness masters any direction. They laughed when I started, today they speak my name, but they don't know the nights that I fought against man himself. If no one believes, continue. If no one supports, continue. If no one understands, continue. Because God doesn't consult an audience before changing your life. God had already signed, there was no way it could go wrong. The whole world against me, but heaven on my side. Today I walk in peace without needing to prove anything. He who builds in silence has his victory sign. Has his victory sign. it luck? But God had already signed it. They laughed at my fall, but they never saw my knees on the ground. While they talked, I was building. It was hard when I cried and looked on, when the table was empty and the dream was hard. No one saw the fear holding me back, but God saw every cut left on my arm. A promise isn't told, it's lived. I learned to be silent while the world attacks me. I traded applause for discipline. I traded revolt for gasoline. They want a stage, I want a legacy. They want fame, I want a calling. It's not about money, it's about a mission. It's about winning without selling your heart. The more they pressure me, the more I rise. The more they test me, the more I endure. I don't chase light, I shine in the dark. I didn't make noise, I made history. Why they doubted, I wrote my victory. In silence I built my empire. Those who laughed at me today study my criteria. I didn't make noise, I made history. My faith was my shield on the journey. If the world tried to stop me, it fell, because whoever walks with God never walks alone. Cold night, hot mind, firm gaze, resilient heart. They got my name wrong, but they got my destiny right. Whoever plants in the desert, it's divine. I saw friends become an audience. I saw a brother become an ugly shadow. But I learned loneliness is not punishment. It's training for the next level, my friend. The top is silent, because only the courageous climb there. It's not about luck, it's consistency. It's not about hype, it's relevance. If I fall, I get up. If I bleed, I endure. If I doubt, I remember where I came from. They want results, but they don't want a trial. I carry scars as a trophy of progress. I didn't use noise, I made history. In silence I raised my victory. An empire silences vision. It's not ego, it's a mission. I didn't make noise, I made history. Those who doubted today keep the memory. Heaven confirms those who persevere, because those who walk with God never walk alone. They laughed at my fall, but they never saw my knees on the ground. They laughed at my fall. You saw the result. But you didn't see the process. I endured in silence when they said I couldn't do it. When they laughed at my dream, they said I wouldn't make it. I heard every word like it's etched on my skin. I transformed every doubt into a reason not to give in. I didn't respond to provocation, I responded evolution. While they talk about my past, I build the next step. I endured in silence, but never stopped. whoever has felt the bottom isn't afraid to grow. Cold night, high mind, firm plan, slow step. Whoever builds without an audience doesn't depend on the moment. I learned that silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. I endured in silence, but never stopped. While the world doubted, I was focused. If they see me today, it's because I was prepared. I endured in silence, and now I'm elevated. Not all silence is weakness. Sometimes it's preparation.
Some people post motivation. I post results. Actually, I don't even post.
Why they show what they wanna be? I work to actually make it happen. No audience, no fake applause, just discipline and focus on the asphalt. Lots of tall, little delivery, lots of posing, little strategy. I learned early on the journey that noise builds nothing. They wanna seem strong, I needed to survive. They want the stage and love, I just wanna grow. I don't post, I prove it. I don't announce plans, I execute them again. While they live on opinions, I live on construction. I don't show, I do. Every fall became a step. If nobody's watching now, even better, I'm creating my story. They doubted my silence, they confuse calm with fear. But whoever carries purpose doesn't need a plot. I've lost friends along the way, I've been last in line. But whoever learns to walk alone never falters again. In the darkness I was formed, under pressure I evolved. If the world didn't give me space, I built it myself. I don't post, I prove it. I don't post, I prove it. Each scar is a new brick. It's not about likes, it's legacy. It's not about hype, it's results. If nobody applauds, that's okay. My progress doesn't depend on anyone. I don't post victories all the time, I only appear when victory explodes.
Results speak for themselves, and they speak loudly.